All right.
Welcome back. I'm Summer, and you are watching my channel where solopreneurs, coaches, and creators come to learn how to build real authority. This is part of my playlist that I call Teach Me Something, where I bring amazing guests like Americo, who shares practical knowledge that you can use right away in your business. Maybe it's like a masterclass, but it's not a long one. It's just bite-sized conversation. Today we're talking about something every solopreneur needs, but most people don't really understand fully because a lot of us get overwhelmed, including me, when it comes to live streaming. Is that a scary word? That doesn't mean just going live, but actually having a live stream strategy. Okay. So my guest today is Americo da Costa. Americo helps business owners, professionals turn moments into marketing through live streaming. His whole mission is to make sure that you stop blending in and start broadcasting your brilliance. Why would you not want to do that? He combines coaching and production so live streams don't just look good, they also drive growth, they build trust for you, and they create real results. So, what that means is he helps brands move from being quiet to unforgettable. And today he's here to teach us, teach me and you, how live streaming can be a serious game changer. So, let's start at the very beginning.
Wow.
Americo, because this phrase you use, live stream strategy, is not something most people hear every day, right? So, what in the world, first of all, is live stream strategy? What does it mean for a business owner?
Well, let's take a step back and start off by
One
saying
step back.
thank you for having me on the show, and what a wonderful introduction. Here's a couple of phrases that I coined. Live stream is the trick to get your customers to click. Remember that,
Nice. Hmm.
right? And what I do is, as I help professionals in businesses, mostly solopreneurs in the startups, I help them be seen, be heard, and be remembered.
Hmm.
Because in a world of social media marketing, it is so easy to just blend in,
Yes.
whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Everyone looks and feels the same because they're using AI to
The
generate
same AI generations. Yeah.
the AI generations, the Canva templates. We all look the same. And how do you separate and differentiate yourself? You bring your audible presence, you bring your visual presence, and you build a live streaming strategy. Live streaming also doesn't end at the end of your show. You can now repurpose and take those digital assets to then bring them to Canva and bring them into other uh, social media platforms and build something that is now known as social proof. You had a live conversation and you're bringing elements from that conversation into your content, and
Mm.
you're accelerating your visibility, your credibility. And, we're talking LinkedIn today.
Mm.
And one thing that people forget very commonly is LinkedIn is a personal branding marketing funnel.
Yes, it is.
And it's very often and very frequently overlooked. People
Mm.
think it's a digital Dropbox for resumes. People think it's, let's join whatever trend everyone is talking about. But if you're in business for yourself, there's 1.2 billion members
Hmm.
globally, and you have a tremendous audience. And why wouldn't you want to optimize by showing up live and accelerating your visibility and
Mm.
showing what makes you different?
Mm. You make total sense. And that's brilliant because, and also, I think a lot of people assume when we say live streaming, for some people, it's like really easy hit the live button and talk, right? So, what's so great about that? But clearly, there's a bigger picture, right? For me, live streaming would have to be a complete strategy in itself, like showing up live at certain times and having guests over, boosting my authority in various ways. So, tell us this: what benefits does a live stream strategy actually have? Like, why should a business owner or a solopreneur, why should I make this a part of my brand toolkit?
Well, think about it this way. Businesses today, traditionally, like, I'm putting my marketing hat and my previous experience in that customer experience space.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses today will reach out to customers and want to understand, what was your experience like? How likely are you to recommend? So it's always loaded on the back end as to how someone's experience is.
Mm-hmm.
Where marketers, you want to think about, how do you drive awareness? How do you bring people into your funnel? And how do you do that while building authority? You do it through live streaming. It's an opportunity to build not only authority, but build that authority in real time. When you're orchestrating a campaign and you're building awareness, you're inviting people to join you at a certain date and time and let them bring their questions. They could be existing customers, could be prospective customers, just could be nurturing your community and being immersed in your community and allowing your community and your customer base to have their voice heard in real time. It creates and strengthens your reputation as a business owner because you're backing up your value proposition and
in real time.
Real time. In some cases you will be vulnerable, but how you respond and how you stand up to that occasion is what's going to set you apart and strengthen your reputation.
Builds love and trust among my audience. I love that. And biggest curiosity I have is about the practical side, because I'm an implementer and I end everything with action steps. Well, we're not ending this yet. We just got started, but I'm curious, for someone just starting out, tech is an overwhelming thing. So do you use and teach specific tools for live streaming, or like what should someone have in place to keep things simple, easy, manageable, and still professional?
Great question. Here's my initial advice to anyone. Start where you are. It doesn't have to be a huge investment. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars in tech. Many people who make that decision, hey, I'm going to start a podcast. It's going to be part of my personal brand. I'm going to go live. It's going to be part of my personal brand. Then they realize, oh my God, this is so much work. This is a huge investment of time. And I didn't realize it was this much work. And then they give up on it. Start with where you are and start with what you have. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be polished, but that's okay. Building a personal brand in public is also something that consumers crave.
Yeah.
So in terms of coaching, some would say, well, I'm just starting up. I don't have a big budget. That's fine. What I enjoy doing, what I get a lot of fulfillment in, is helping people get started through coaching. Let's get together. Let's understand your why, your purpose, and let's build clarity around your why. Because if you're just going live because everyone else is going live and your message gets diluted or lost in translation, lost in the excitement, then you're really not doing yourself any service, or you're not bringing value to your community. So
and to yourself, to your brand.
Absolutely. So I start off by coaching and starting with, let's understand what your why is. Let's build a studio and build a branded studio around your framework, around your why, so that we provide clarity in a professional manner. Now, a lot of people think to themselves, they're manifesting this idea. I want to do it. And then the anxiety is like, I don't want to do it in front of the camera. Listen, there's many ways of doing this. I offer audio only events. Let's create a stage, give you that podcast feel, not in front of the camera, but you're still live and you can still engage through chat. And
it doesn't matter if you're wearing your pajamas.
You got it.
With your top off.
So whatever it is that you're comfortable with, we'll start there. That's where we're starting. And then as your confidence builds and strengthens, hey, you know what? Let's take this away from just making it an audio event. Let's make it an on-camera event. You can then strip the audio and repurpose it elsewhere. So there's so much you can do. And then there's different business owners and professionals who find themselves at a different stage in their professional journey, who say, this is a great idea, but who's really got time to put all this together? Yeah. I just want to show up, talk, and then have someone take care of that. And I can do that as well, right? My support is purely customizable and tailored. I'm not trying to fit that square peg into a round hole. Here's what I offer, take it or leave it. It's unique. It's boutique in style because it's tailored to each professional and each business, and it meets them and their needs where they're at, which is essentially what we want to do in reverse order. We want to meet our communities and our clients where they're at. Right?
We should. Most people don't get it. I can teach you what I know, but I don't care where you are, is what I hear sometimes under the lines.
That's right.
But this has been great advice. So let's wrap it up with something very actionable. What advice would you give for somebody who has been having this live stream in their radar, in their minds. It's there on the back burner thinking about it, but they haven't taken the plunge yet, because I know a lot of people in my audience who are holding back. My clients especially, I'm not ready yet. How would you respond when people say, I'm not ready yet? What should they do?
Well, there's two questions. What's holding you back? Why do you believe you're not ready? And for the most part, it's confidence.
Mm.
But there's two, perhaps three different ways of approaching live streaming. And many people get focused and fixated on hosting. But you can also guest. You can be pod guest. You can be a live stream guest. And that could be where you start to get your feet wet, to get comfortable, you know, separate yourself from the whole production and just show up and talk about your area of expertise. Other ways that people introduce themselves and their brands into the live stream is through sponsorship. Like if I'm going to bring on a host or a guest who is a digital marketing expert, there might be someone, it could be the guest and their business themselves, or it could be vendors who align with that marketing message who may want to be sponsors of that event. So they still have a presence, right? You have an opportunity to be front of mind around a subject matter, and it's a small trickle effect. But if you show up as a sponsor, you then progress. You might be a guest speaker, talk about your brand, do a demo, have a conversation around your business, and then you feel the market, you feel the community, what the engagement was like, and that might then allow you to be in a better position, saying, you know what, this is working. This is something that we can now implement in house for ourselves. We've now, we started perhaps as a sponsor. We've been guests. Now it's time to take this and own it.
The next level. Yes. Right. That's powerful. And you gave me a few brilliant ideas that I will follow up on very soon when I listen to this afterwards again. I'm going to make my points to follow up on a separate track. But you also call yourself a LinkedIn expert. You are a LinkedIn expert. So what is your LinkedIn strategy to grow your authority?
So
it's a big, broad picture, I know.
It is a big, broad picture. And before we went live, I had shared with you a reference that I use so often. I used to call myself a keyboard warrior. And some of us are better than others at writing. Some of us, lean into AI to help with our writing. But sometimes tone is lost.
Yeah.
And whether it's, we're talking LinkedIn today, but in many, many aspects, when you're writing, it could be an email, could be a post, your tone isn't always interpreted or understood in the same intent for which you wrote it. Whereas if you bring your voice, people hear your message, they feel your passion, they understand you. And that's where I would say, from a LinkedIn perspective, don't be afraid to bring your voice. Videos are one thing, but videos are also recorded. Go live. Don't be afraid of going live. Even if it's, 30 seconds, 90 seconds, 60 seconds, bring your message with the video, bring your message and your presence away from the written word. Yes, people still enjoy and consume written content, but I say visibility is velocity. And when you're visible, people will trust you a lot quicker than when they're just reading what you're writing.
That is true. You said one thing that made me chuckle inside. You said, be bold enough to be your real self.
That's right.
I'm like, no, you said it the other way. Don't be afraid to be yourself.
Yeah,
be very bold to be yourself. These days,
you can't be afraid.
Bold. Yeah.
We try so hard to be polished and be perfect that we remove our authentic selves.
Human selves, yeah.
Right? That when we meet people for the first time, I've had people tell me, it's like, oh my goodness, you look and sound exactly like your content. It's like, well, that's the whole purpose.
That's because I write it. Yes,
I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal and separate myself and portray myself for something that might be over my head. That's not who I am, and that's not who I want to help.
You want to be, absolutely, yes.
Right? I want to help people.
Authenticity is powerful.
I want to help people who want to be authentic. I want to help people who aren't interested in shortcuts, in seeking virality. Listen, we're making an investment here in your business, your personal brand, and you got to think long term. This is a long game. Nothing that I coach or produce will result in overnight success. And a lot of people forget or misunderstand that what looks like overnight success is like, wow, where did Summer come from?
There's been years in the making.
It's the first time I'm seeing Summer, and look how successful she is.
Oh, no.
But no one understands the time, the effort, and to your point, in some cases, years. It takes years. And nobody sees that sweat equity that goes on behind.
Sweat equity. I love that. Yes. That's a powerful term right there, sweat equity. You've been coaching all these years? We know, but oh my God, you're such a powerful coach is something I hear often. When I wrote my book, Stop, Mind the Gap, that's the name of the book. People said, what is this about? It's like more than 200 pages. Yeah, it's been coaching stories from 12 years of my coaching life. Oh, you've been coaching that long? They just thought I woke up and became a coach and I became successful. Like when Tim Ferriss wrote the 4-Hour Work Week, they thought, oh, you just work for 4 hours and then that's it, you're done. They don't think about the 40 years you put in so that you can earn that 4-hour work week. This is super powerful. This was a very good episode, I think. Americo, how do people get in touch with you? How do you want people to contact you?
Well, I can be found in a variety of platforms. I'm most prominent and spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. Look me up, Americo Costa.
In the description below. Okay.
Founder of journeylogic.ca. You can visit my website and to learn more about my products and services. And I repurpose my content on both YouTube as well as Substack. You can find me on Substack and follow my blogs that write and talk about what happens prior to a live and the lessons learned post-production.
All the links, you guys, those who are watching, are in the description. I read the Substack newsletter that Americo sends, and they're brilliant. You should too. So don't wait until you feel ready, okay? Start now. And of course, subscribe to this channel because there's going to be more brilliant people who are going to come and teach me something, and you can learn something from them too. Each conversation is designed to give you tools to grow your authority and your business. Let's thank Americo for being here and being so generous with his knowledge. And until next time.
Thank you, Summer.
Thank you, Americo, for being here.